Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link, and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right after this class.
Hey there, kids. How are you doing? Welcome to today's class. Today is the first class of our food illustration and painting course that we have here at Uolo, and I am so excited to have you here with me today. Now, today's class is going to be a start to a new course, and this is going to be a four-part course wherein we're going to be going ahead and learning how to do some beautiful paintings and illustrations. Now, the concept that is there behind this course is basically to go ahead and do some beautiful paintings related to food. Now, in the past, in our classes, we've always gone ahead and done things like, drawing. We've always gone ahead and done things like doodling. We've gone ahead and done things like sketching out things, but we haven't really gone ahead and done anything related to painting as well as, food. So in today's class, as well as the next three classes that we'll have, we'll be focusing on how to do food, but in relation to painting. Now, to make it even more exciting, what we wanted to do was we wanted to be sort of like a concept, or we wanted it to have sort of like an idea. So what we decided to go ahead and do was to make it sort of like a sequence of what we go ahead and eat. So today's class is going to be all about breakfast, the next class is going to be all about lunch, the third class is going to be all about snack time, and the last class is all going to be about a dinner. So it's going to be a sequence of things. So we're going to be going ahead and learning some beautiful things. So I hope you're excited to be attending these classes. Now, before we get started with the list of materials that you need for today's class, as well as what you're going to be going ahead and doing, the process and the procedure and all of that, let's talk a little bit about your certificate program. Like you all know, you're getting certificates for the work that you're already going ahead and doing. The only thing that you have to go ahead and make sure of is firstly to go ahead and attend all of your classes of a particular course. So if it's a 4-part course, 6-part course, 8-part course, how many ever classes there are, make sure you're going ahead and attending all of those classes. The next thing to go ahead and remember basically is to do with your submissions. Make sure you're going ahead and doing all of your submissions for all of your classes in order to get your certificate for the particular course. Now, apart from this, I always talk to you about your submissions. I always talk to you about how it is important for you to go ahead and do all of your submissions on time. So let's talk again a little bit about that as well. Now, as a teacher and as a student, what is our main focus all the time? Our main focus is to do with your, improving. It's to do with your learning. It's to do with, gaining or, being productive or having a skill. So in that case, what do we basically want to focus on? We want to basically focus on how your submissions look, right? So all of the improvement that we can see, we can basically see only in your submission. So if class 1 you've done something, class 2 might be different, class 3 might be different, class 4 might be different. So you have to go ahead and do all of your submissions, so I as a teacher can see that change, as well as you as a student can go ahead and see that change as well. So let's make sure to always do our submissions on time, because it becomes a responsibility. It also becomes a habit which we all want to go ahead and inculcate. So let's get started now with today's class. Like I mentioned, we'll be going ahead and drawing breakfast. Now the format of the class is going to be such, wherein first we'll be going ahead and talking about the list of materials. Secondly, we're going to be going ahead and talking about the drawing, how we're going to learn how to draw it. Third thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be going ahead and painting it. Lastly, we're going to be going ahead and doing all of the outlining. Now the outlining option, you can go ahead and do it with black paint, with a paintbrush like I'll be doing it, or you can always switch over to a sketch pen or any marker that you want to go ahead and switch over to. It is not a hard and fast rule that you have to go ahead and do it exactly the way I am doing it. You can always change it up, make it as easy and simple for you as possible. So let's get started with the list of materials for today's class. So the first thing that you need for today's class is going to be a sheet of paper. You can go ahead and take any sheet of paper that you have with you at home. Just make sure it's not a very, very thin sheet of paper. If you have something that's overly thin, what will happen is the sheet of paper will tear once you go ahead and add in paint on top of it. So try to have a sheet of paper that's a little bit on the thicker side. So any drawing sheet of paper, any sketchbook sheet of paper, any drawing book that you have, classmate, scholar, whatever company you have, that's fine. But just make sure that you have a little bit of a thicker sheet of paper and not simple A4 size sheet of paper. The next thing that you need for today's class is going to be a paintbrush. Now I have basically a synthetic paintbrush with me. This is by the company Maped. Now you can go ahead and take any synthetic paintbrush that you have with you at home, or you can go ahead and take a paintbrush that comes with your paint set. A lot of your paint sets or kits basically come with paintbrushes. So if you have one of those sitting around at home, you can definitely go ahead and use that. The next thing that we have for today's class is going to be a whole set of colors. Now here you can see I basically have watercolor cakes with me, and I have a set of 24 with me. Now obviously I have a lot of sets of colors, and that's why I have so many colors with me, and I have things to basically pick from. But if you as a student do not have so many colors, it will not make any difference at all. You can go ahead and have a set of 24 or set of 12, set of 6, set of 3, whatever you have with you will work absolutely well. Just make sure that you at least have the basic colors, which is going to be yellow, red, and blue. Those are the primary colors, and black and white. If you have those colors, automatically you can mix and match, and then go ahead and do all of your painting. You don't need more colors. Now coming to the type of colors, I have watercolor cakes right here, wherein I'll go ahead and add in a little bit of water onto each of the cakes, and automatically it'll activate and we can start using it. But if you do not have watercolor cakes like this, and you have some other kind of paints or colors like acrylic paint, you have poster paint, you have any other tube paint, you can definitely go ahead and use it. Use whatever you have which is comfortable for you to go ahead and use. You don't necessarily need what I have right here. The next thing that you need for today's class is going to be a pencil. Now, obviously, we want to go ahead and sketch this whole thing out. We're going to be going ahead and doing a whole sketching of your work. So make sure to have a nice pencil with you that you can go ahead and draw with. The next thing that you need for today's class is going to be a black color marker. Now the black color marker, like I said, you can have it on hand in terms of going ahead and doing the outlining. If you want to go ahead and do the outlining with the black paint, with the paintbrush, then go ahead and do so by all means. It's a great activity. It will build up a lot of your hand movement and skill. So if you have a paintbrush with you and you're very comfortable doing it with a black color paint, then definitely do that. But if not, then have a black color sketch pen or a marker alongside you that you can go ahead and use in order to go ahead and do the outlining right at the end. Now, I also have a scale with me on this side. The scale is basically just to go ahead and do any outlining if there is any. You can have or not have this, it doesn't really matter, just like keeping one on hand. The last two things that I haven't really showed you here, but is a kind of must whenever you go ahead and do painting, is a jug of water as well as a tissue or a waste cloth. Now, the jug of water is basically going to be there for you to go ahead and wash your brushes out on, and having a cloth with you is going to be there for you to just go ahead and wipe your paintbrush on. So just have something like that with you so that you can go ahead and work with. So let's go ahead and get started with the drawing of today. Today's drawing, like I mentioned, is going to be all related to drawing breakfast. So we're going to be going ahead and drawing a bunch of eggs. We're going to be going ahead and doing a few sausages. We're going to be going ahead and drawing a little bit of leafy greens. It could be spinach, it could be lettuce, it could be something like that. We'll have some tomatoes, we'll have some corn, and then we'll have a good bunch of garnishing all around. So that's what going to be our drawing for today. If you want to eliminate a few things, that is, you don't want to go ahead and draw a certain number of things that I'm drawing, please go ahead and remove it by all means. You don't have to do exactly what I go ahead and do. Also, if you feel like you want to go ahead and add more things, that is, you don't want only this much to be there, and you have ideas on something that you can add in onto your sheet of paper, please go ahead and add those in also by all means. It's completely up to you what you want to go ahead and use. So let's get started. The first thing that I want to do is draw my fried eggs. For this, I'm going to just go ahead and do two wiggly circles or ovals of sorts, so that to give me that fried egg look that I have right there. Perfect. Excellent job, everybody. Really well done. Awesome work. Perfect. Really well done. Excellent. Next, I want you to go ahead and draw the center yolk. So I'm just going to be going ahead and doing two big ovals for that. Perfect. Awesome job. Really well done, everybody. Good work. Really well done. Excellent. Perfect. Good. Next, we can go ahead and draw your sausages. So here I'm going ahead and drawing two long sort of, ovals, sort of like sausage shapes. If you want to go ahead and draw bacon, or if you're vegetarian and you want to go ahead and draw a vegetable, then you can definitely go ahead and draw that as well. Perfect. Really well done, everybody. You're doing so good. Amazing job. Really well done. Excellent work. Perfect. Next, I'm going to be going ahead and drawing two pieces of tomatoes. So these are going to be cut pieces of tomatoes. So I'm just kind of drawing them as, cut semicircles. That's what I'm going ahead and drawing them as. Perfect. Awesome work, everybody. You're doing so well. Excellent job. Really well done. Awesome. Perfect. Next, I'm going to go ahead and draw the leafy greens on the side. Now, these can be anything like I mentioned. I don't really want to have like a very fixed shape for it. I can just go ahead and draw like, wiggly sort of smaller bits right there. And then when we paint them green, it can be, based on your interpretation on what you want them to basically look like. Perfect. Really well done, everybody. Good job. Awesome work. Awesome. Perfect. Then we can go ahead and draw some corn bits. So here again, I'm not going ahead and drawing exactly the shape of corn. I'm just going ahead and drawing some nib bits here and there in order to give the look that, we have some individual pieces all around on our, plate or paper that we're going ahead and doing our illustration on. Perfect. Good. Excellent work, everybody. You're doing so well. Really well done. Awesome work. Awesome. Really well done, everybody. Good job. Good. Excellent. Then going ahead and drawing a bunch of garnish or leaves all around. These are basically coriander leaves or kothmeri leaves. If you're from South India, you'll call them kothmeri. So these are your leaves that are just kind of as garnish fall around everywhere to kind of give like a more complete feel and look to our whole drawing. Perfect, everybody. You're doing so well. Excellent job. Really well done. Awesome work. Now, this is going to be the finished drawing of our breakfast. So this is all we're going to go ahead and draw. After this, it's going to be bringing the whole picture to life by adding in colors as well as going ahead and outlining it. That's what we're going to go ahead and do next. Now, obviously, you can go ahead and add in or, remove anything at this point of time. If you have made any mistakes, please go ahead and correct it right now so that you don't have any mistakes later on to go ahead and work with them. So I'm going to wait here for a second, making sure all of you have gone ahead and finished your work, and then we can get on to the painting bit of it. Good job. Now, while you guys are going ahead and doing your corrections, I'm going to just give you a little bit of an introduction to your colors so that, if in between you get a little confused on what to do, you kind of have an idea on, how you can move forward. So firstly, you have three primary colors. You have yellow, you have red, and you have blue. Now, these three colors cannot be mixed in any form or way. They will automatically be there as part of any palette. Even black and white, you will not have them mixed. So if you have these five colors with you, then you can go ahead and make any other color. So if any place I'm going ahead and using yellow, red, or blue, or black, or white, just understand that these colors, I cannot give you a directive on how to mix it, but all the other colors that I'll be going ahead and using, if you do not have, I will tell you what color I'm using, and then I will tell you how to mix it. So if you don't have it, I will give you instructions, mix it up, and then paint it out after me. Perfect. All right, so I can see all of you are pretty much good to go. So like I mentioned, know the three or five colors that, I will not be able to tell you how to mix. Others all I can tell you. So let's get started. So the first color that we're going to be using is yellow. So I'm going ahead and doing the yolks of our fried eggs. So I'm going ahead and taking a little bit of yellow, and I'm just going ahead and filling that into my yolk part. Perfect, everybody. Good job. Really well done. Excellent job. Perfect. Awesome. Awesome work. All right. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of brown, and I'm going to go ahead and start painting my sausages. Now, how to go ahead and mix brown? If you don't have brown, you can go ahead and take a little bit of red, and you can go ahead and take a little bit of green and mix those two together, and automatically you'll go ahead and get brown. Now, what if you don't have green with you, but you just have red, yellow, and blue? Then just go ahead and mix all those three colors. Take a little bit of red, take a little bit of yellow, and take a little bit of blue, and automatically you will go ahead and get a beautiful brown color. If you want to go ahead and make it a darker brown color, you can add in a little bit of black into it. If you want it to be a lighter brown color, you can go ahead and mix a little bit of white into it, and automatically you'll go ahead and have brown. Perfect. Don't worry, everybody. I'm going to be giving you sufficient time to go ahead and mix your colors and paint it up. I'm going to be waiting for you. So don't worry as to, whether I'm going to skip ahead. I'm not going to skip ahead. I'm going to always wait for you between colors. Perfect. Really well done. Awesome work. Good job, everybody. You're doing so well. Excellent. Even mixing of the colors, all of you are doing excellently well. Really well done. Good job. Perfect. Next, I'm going to go ahead and paint up the lettuce right there. Now for the lettuce, I'm going ahead and using green. Now you can go ahead and mix green if you don't have it. For mixing green, you need to take a little bit of yellow and take a little bit of blue and mix it up. Now if you want a darker shade of green, go ahead and add in a little bit more blue. If you want a lighter shade of green, then you can go ahead and add in more yellow. So that's how you're going to be going ahead and mixing green if you don't have it. Perfect. Good job, everybody. Really well done. Excellent work. Awesome job. Really well done. Good work. So happy with how you're going ahead and doing. Awesome. Really well done, everybody. Good job. Perfect. Next, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of red and start painting my tomatoes in. So again, just one trick that I want to show you while you're painting, go ahead and always do a little bit of an outline and then fill the center with color. If you start off with the center first and then you go, out like outside with the color, you might go outside your boundaries and you don't want to go ahead and do that. So do it really neatly and nicely as you can. Perfect. Good job, everybody. Really well done. Excellent work. Perfect. Really well done. You're doing so well, everybody. Excellent, excellent job. Really happy with how you're going ahead and doing. So happy. Perfect. Perfect. Awesome job. Really well done. Excellent job. All right. Next color I'm going to go ahead and do is orange. I'm going to go ahead and do all of those corn bits right there. Now for your orange, if you don't have orange, you can take a little bit of yellow and you can go ahead and take a little bit of red and mix it up and automatically you will have orange. If you want it to be a darker orange, then you can go ahead and add in a little bit more red. If you want it to be a lighter orange, then you can go ahead and add in a little bit more yellow. Perfect. Good job, everybody. Really well done. Excellent work. Perfect. Now, last color that I have here today is going to be green. Now, I'm going to be going ahead and using a little bit of a different shade of green, as you can see right here. It's a little bit of a lighter green that I am using. So the way I did it was I went ahead and just added in a little bit more yellow to the green that I made earlier, and automatically I have a lighter green. Perfect. And I can see all of you are pretty much alongside me doing a really well job. Excellent, excellent work. Now, once you've gone ahead and finished with this, if you have any extra tidbits that are there, if you went ahead and added in a few more illustrations or drawings of food in relation to breakfast on your sheet of paper, while I said that you can go ahead and do so, then you can go ahead and add in paint and color for that right now. If you haven't gone ahead and done that, then that's completely okay. You can go ahead and just wait alongside me for the others to go ahead and finish. Perfect. Excellent job. Really well done, everybody. Now, the last and final bit of this illustration is going to be to go ahead and do the outline. Now, if you go ahead and look at this picture right now, you can see it looks kind of dull. It doesn't look very lively. So that's why the outline is basically done. The outlining brings life to the whole picture. And one thing you will notice when I'm doing my outline is I'm not just going ahead and doing outline for all of my, pencil marking, but I'll be going ahead and adding in a few lines extra here and there in order to add in a little bit more life. You can just observe where I'm adding that in. I will point those out to you. So just observe where I'm adding it in and you can add it in if you like it as well. So now again, like I mentioned, you can go ahead and take a little bit of black paint and do this with a paintbrush if you're comfortable. If you're not comfortable, please go ahead and switch over to a black color sketch pen or a black color marker and you will be able to do a fantastic job. Let's get started. So taking my black color, I'm going to go ahead and start off with my fried egg. I'm just doing the basic outline and then I'm going to go ahead and move on to my yolk. Now, when I'm doing my yolk as well as my fried egg, I'm just adding a few extra lines here and there to give sort of like that, very shiny textured egg, give it a little bit more life. So you can see how I've done that and you can add that in as well if you like. Perfect. Excellent job, everybody. Now I've done this for both of my eggs. The next thing I'm outlining is going to be my sausages. For my sausages, what I decided to go ahead and do was add in a few lines, in terms of sideways sleeping lines in terms of my sausages, in order to give sort of like a charred or a cooked texture to it, because again, it gives a little bit more life. If you want to go ahead and add this in, please go ahead and add it in as well. Next, I'm moving on to my greens. Like I mentioned, this could be spinach, this could be lettuce, it could be anything. But in order to give sort of that leafy look, I'm going ahead and just adding in a few lines coming in on those curly areas in order to make it look like it's kind of scrunched up, or, it's kind of like, all over the place. I'm just adding that in. Next, I'm going to be going ahead and moving on to doing the outline of my tomatoes. Now, for my tomatoes, what I did was I did the basic outline, and then I went ahead and did sort of like an extra line in the center in order to give sort of like a more tomato feel. Then I went ahead and started outlining all of my corn pieces. For my corn pieces, I didn't add any extra effects. I just went ahead and did a basic outline for each of those. Perfect. Really well done. Now finally, I have all of my leaves that are there as garnish. For that, I'm going ahead and doing my basic inside line, and then I'm going ahead and doing a basic outside line. Now, just to finish the whole thing off, I'm also going to be going ahead and doing a few just lines here and there along my food in order to give sort of like a look or a feel to it. It just gives a little bit more of a shiny feel and a texture to my sheet. So I just went ahead and added in a few dashes here and there with my black all over my sheet of paper. Perfect. Now, if you can just see here, you will notice that I've gone ahead and finished up all of my outlining. And I can see that a lot of you have come ahead and done it alongside me. So excellent job. Perfect, everybody. Really well done. Now, if you haven't already gone ahead and finished up all of your painting, don't worry whatsoever. I'm going to be going ahead and waiting a little bit more for you right here. If you feel like you have too much painting to do, then please go ahead and mark out the colors that I've gone ahead and painted in. If you feel like, you want to go ahead and screenshot this or even take a picture for future reference, then you can please go ahead and do so as well right now. Perfect. All right, excellent job, everybody. You did so well. I am so happy with how you went ahead and you did your drawing, painting, as well as your outlining bit of it. I know the outlining bit is one of the hardest things to go ahead and do with paint. So whoever went ahead and attempted it alongside me, excellent job. If you went ahead and did it with the sketch pen, no problem whatsoever. You've gone ahead and learned how to do the drawing as well as the outlining with the sketch pen. Maybe next time or at home you can try practicing doing the outline with the paint. So go ahead and try it out. It's going to be fun for you to do if you want to go ahead and try it out by yourself. Excellent job, everybody. Like I mentioned, you did so well. Now let's talk a little bit about your submission for this class. It's going to be to go ahead and finish this picture up if you haven't already. If you have, then just click a picture, upload it, and you're done in terms of your submission. And I always tell you improvement is key. So let's see the first submission so that we can compare that to the next year submissions that we have. Now coming to your certificate program, make sure you're going ahead and attending all of your classes, and make sure you're going ahead and doing all of your submissions, and automatically you will get a certificate right at the end of the course. Now till then, see you, bye bye. Have a look at the submission video, and in the next class, which is going to be next week, I'm going to be going ahead and having you do a beautiful lunch drawing. So see you then. Bye bye, and have a nice day and week.
Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, It will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at Uolo_app